going on, guys? In this video, I am going to talk about volunteering in hospitals and shadowing doctors for your medical school application. So as you know, in order to apply to medical school, you have to either do your AMCAS or your AA Commerce application or your TMD SAS application. And part of that is talking about your volunteering hours and your clinical hours in a hospital or in a medical setting. There is no set number of hours that you should be doing, but I think as a good benchmark, I'll say about 100 hours of hospital volunteering should suffice for a med school application. That is my opinion. There is no rule or law for that. I just think 100 hours sounds about enough. So I did about 100 hours of hospital volunteering, and that was a combination in the ER or ED, in the PACU, and in a homeless clinic. And for shadowing, I did 45 hours, and I did 4 doctors for the shadowing hours. So for volunteering, this is what I did. I just Googled hospitals near me. For the volunteering stuff, I applied to about 10 to 12 hospitals. I can't remember exactly, but it was about 10 to 12 hospitals. And then out of the 10 to 12 hospitals, about 5 got back to me, and then I entered the application process. So in the application process, the things that they do is a short essay about why you want to volunteer. They want some personal references so that they can call them and ask how you are as a person and as a professional. They do a background check. They also do a drug test, and then you also have either a phone interview and or a personal face-to-face interview. So once you do all of that and they give you the go-ahead, then you'll get your hospital badge that will say volunteer. That will let you access into the different doors and into the different departments of the hospital. So with that being said, a lot of hospitals, they will not get back to you for whatever reason. For example, if it's in the summer months, those hospitals might be inundated with applications because a lot of students in the summer, especially the high school students, they want to volunteer. So it just may be so that they just don't get around to your application, or they just read your application and they're not too impressed to actually give you a shot. That's why you have to apply to many hospitals and then see which one you get. Now, so for me, I got about 5 interviews because I could only do on the weekends. I could only do about 3 hospitals. So what I would do is I would do 1 hospital in the weekdays, which was the ER. So I would do it like after work. Then I did 1 hospital on the weekend, which was on a Saturday. And then I did 1 homeless clinic, which is also like a pseudo hospital, but it was really like a clinic, also on a weekday after work. That's what I did. Why did I do that? I could have easily picked just 1 hospital, but I wanted to do that because you don't know who you will meet in which hospital and where that will take you. Secondly, each experience, each hospital or clinic that I volunteered in, it was a different specialty of medicine. So I wanted to get that exposure to different kinds of training and different kinds of medicine. Obviously, you'll also get to work with different professionals because of that. And then at the end of the day, not to be selfish or anything, but I did need a letter of recommendation from one of these professionals, like one of these doctors. So I wanted to see who I could bond with, see who I can ask without feeling too awkward. So I did that for my hospital volunteering. Now, for my shadowing, I shadowed 4 doctors. 1 was a family medicine doctor, 1 was a pulmonologist, 1 was a hospice and palliative care, and the last one was an urgent care, also a family medicine doctor. Out of the 4, 2 of them I got because my family members knew people and they asked for a favor, and those were the pulmonologist and the family medicine. Then the 3rd one, the hospice and palliative care one, that one I actually got by volunteering in one of the hospitals, and one of the nurses who I was very friendly with and who taught me a lot in the PACU, she happened to know a doctor who was in hospice care, and she asked that doctor if I could shadow her, and that doctor, that very doctor, was the one that gave me a letter of recommendation, which was awesome. And then the 4th doctor, it was literally via cold emailing / cold calling. So I Googled doctors near me, and I think I emailed / called about 20 doctors, and out of the 20 doctors, about 3, I believe, got back to me. And then out of the 3, I only was able to shadow 1 of them because that fit my time schedule and my lifestyle because of my work and everything. And the reason why I wanted to shadow that 4th doctor was because I wanted some more exposure into family medicine, and also I wanted another letter of recommendation. guys, like, don't feel like it is selfish to ask for a letter of recommendation, because the doctors know and everybody knows that that is part of the process. Like, you need letter of recommendations in order to get into med school. And those physicians, those doctors, they will not write you a rec letter if they don't like you, if they don't think that you have a good future in medicine. So don't feel selfish, because I know in the past I used to feel selfish about that, but there is no reason to feel selfish, because that is them endorsing you to be in that field of medicine, or in medicine in general. So that's what I did. And some just like random things I will say: when you are shadowing and when you are volunteering in hospitals, just make sure that you're always smiling, because you may not have many medical skills, if any. The one thing that you do have is your interpersonal skills. You want to always smile, because that smile is very contagious and it could really help out your patients and your co-workers around you. So always be smiling, be hardworking, be willing to help, be a team player, and be able to transfer your energy and your enthusiasm to everybody in that environment, because that is truly needed. So I will say that as a pre-medical student, your main job in these settings is to just be a sponge and learn as much as possible, and at the same time see like if you truly like this job field or not, because maybe this is a learning point for you, that maybe this is not for you. So you want to be able to give back and help whoever is around you and like help out in that setting, but at the same time you want to see for yourself if this is what you want to do. So I think, like, even though it is not a mandated requirement, I do think the medical schools are doing a great job by unofficially requiring you to do some clinical hours, because otherwise, like, how do you even know that you want to do medicine? So those are my suggestions, and I hope you have a great time and you have some good experiences in these hospitals and in the clinics. And yeah, best of luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.